Alright guys, so in this video I want to show exactly how and why the actual structure itself of the Meta ad account is really changing nowadays. So it's not really anymore about testing and scaling. It's more about how you structure the account based on the products and the offering that you have. Right now here on my screen you can see these recent results. This is the 1st of April until the 15th of April 2025. As you can see, we have spent $14,000 and got back 100k in revenue, so it's a 6.86 return on ad spend. And as you can see here already, you see like we have a lot of campaigns active, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And what is the problem here? Now, if probably like most of the advertisers are gonna say, oh, you need to simplify the account structure, you need to use less campaigns, you need to consolidate. That makes sense. You only need to understand what are you actually doing. Now, what we need to consider in this case here is that we are spending around 1k per day. As you can see, it's like 15k in 15 days. And it's actually a little bit more in the last like week. It's actually 2k per day. We're getting like a 5 to more like 7 extra to an ad spend. But the concept here is that, as you can see, we're using a lot of campaigns. And what is working for most of our clients nowadays is to create one Advantage Shopping Plus campaign. Let me actually type it here. Let me change the color so it's gonna be more visible. So is one Advantage Shopping Plus campaign per product, per offer, okay? And sometimes, like if you have only one product, then what you can do, literally, you can just have one Advantage Shopping Plus campaign, and then within this campaign here, you can literally just keep increasing the budget and keep refreshing the creatives inside this Advantage Shopping Plus. And this is how you actually test things, and then at the same time, these are also how you scale them. And this is what we do. Like all these things that you see here, this is basically one Advantage Shopping Plus campaign for each product and offer that we have. And what we do, we scale them vertically. So as you can see here, for this one, like is spending 2k in total, like 3k in 15 days. And so what we do, we simply keep adding creatives when we see the results decrease. We usually refresh creatives like every 1 to 2 weeks, depends. And we keep increasing the budget in the same Advantage Shopping Plus. Now, what you have to consider is that you need to have a cost cap inside the actual spending when it comes to existing customers and not. Otherwise, Meta sometimes is going to spend most of the budget into existing audiences. And so what you want to do, you want to have an existing customer cap. Also depends on the stage of your business. Like if you have a lot of customers, you have a lot of organic, then you want to have an existing customers cap, and this can be to 10 to 15%. Okay, depends also on like the goal of your ad. Of course, if you remove this, Meta is gonna spend more. Like if you don't use any existing customer cap, Meta is gonna spend more budget into maybe existing customers if the return on ad spend is high, and so Meta will optimize the actual campaign for return on ad spend, which from one side can be good if you're pushing for return on ad spend, but also the main thing is that Meta is gonna get more signals from the algorithm because it's gonna get more conversions ideally if you leave the existing customers cap open. And so more conversions, it means that the ads are getting more data, and so they get more optimized to like learn what is the best audience, because ideally the Advantage Shopping Plus campaign can use existing customer data points and conversions to also reach new audience, because it's within the learning happens within the same campaign, right? And what you want to do, you want to refresh creatives. Now, what is going to happen here? Every time you refresh creatives, you also need to turn off some creatives, especially the ones that are not working. So what you want to do every 1 or 2 weeks. So let's put this one here. Every 1 to 2 weeks, you want to turn off underperforming. Now, underperforming are those ads that are getting a lot of spending, but they're not getting conversion. So if there is an ad that is spending like $2, let's say, in 14 days, there is no need to actually turn this off. What you need to turn off are those ads. So underperforming, it's basically those ads are basically those ads that are spending most of the budget, and you can see it just by filtering. So you order the ad within the Advantage Shopping Plus by spend, and spending most of the budget and like not performing. And this is up to how you want to see the performance, because sometimes you see it by ROAS. So ROAS target, it needs to be above, of course, or based on CPA. It depends on how you, like, what is your main metric in this case, right? And every time you stop new ads, you need to relaunch new ads inside the same campaign, because if you have a winner inside, you also need to be able to find new winners. And this is how you also reach consistency in performance, because what is going to happen is that, let's say you launch 10 ads, right? You launch 10 ads, and then after 2 weeks, you're going to see something like this. There might be 2 winners, cool, 2 losers. So losers are the ads that are spending but not generating any revenue, and then you want to cut them, okay? And then there are like 2 that are like probably like spending okay, mid results, so you want to keep them a little bit more. And then you have 4 more that are like not spending, cool. So what you want to do here, you might want to stop these 2, okay? Let's say this is gonna, wait, let me do it like this, okay? 2 weeks. Usually in 2 weeks you have spent enough, so usually you have more winners. So let's say it's gonna be something like that, so just to make it more easy to understand. And what you want to do, you want to completely turn this off, okay? You want to delete this, and you want to launch 4 to 6 new ads, okay? Now what you can do, you can use this, like different angles can go within the same ad set, okay? Sorry, the same campaign. Different angles can go inside the same as Advantage Shopping Plus. That's because the actual targeting is broad, right? And so the Advantage Shopping Plus campaign is going to optimize the targeting towards the single creative. So let's say you have angle number 1, it will go towards the audience number 1. So let me actually draw it so it's actually easier to understand. When you launch an ad, you target the broad audience with the Advantage Shopping Plus, right? Now, when you have a creative, the creative only get like a specific portion of this audience based on the angle of the creative. Okay, let's say this is a creative, let's say this is a video. Very bad drawing, but okay. This is angle number 1. Now, what you want to do is, this is the audience inside the Advantage Shopping Plus campaign, right? So what you want to do, you want to have many angles, so you're going to target more people inside. There will be some overlaps, but that's not a problem, because you are still targeting something new. Okay, there is an overlap here, that's okay, because you're targeting something new. And this is basically how you expand your targeting and you keep a high return on ad spend. Because at one point, as I mentioned before, there could be 2 winners. Let's say you find the winner in this angle for this sub audience, okay? This winner are gonna they will start dropping in performance at one point. And so what you want to do, you want to cut them and then reproduce ideally even 4 to 5, okay? 4 to 6, whatever. New winners, new content that are like kind of an iteration of the winners as well. You put them inside the same campaign, and you can also start increasing the budget. You don't want the winners to be losers. Basically, you don't want the campaign to have only losers and don't have any winners, right? Because otherwise the performance will drop. That's why you need to keep testing new content, because maybe some of this content that you have tested here are going to be new winners. Let's say of these 6 new ads, maybe there is going to be 1 winner, okay? And then after let's say 4 weeks, of these 2 winners, 1 dies, but you still have 2, because 1 stays from before, from here, right? And then 1 is a new winner from here. And then you're gonna also keep after 4 weeks, you also want to cut some losers, right? And this is how you reach the consistencies nowadays inside the ad account, basically just by simplifying things and focus more on the creatives part. And on average, we see that the results that we get from Advantage Shopping Plus campaign are much higher compared to standard campaign. Nowadays, Meta is like pushing for new kind of campaigns, which are called campaign. It's not like a CBO. It's kind of new, so we don't have it yet on some accounts. But it's basically like an Advantage Shopping Plus campaign where you can have multiple ad sets, but it's gonna be the same, which is like a mix between Advantage Shopping Plus and CBO. Okay, which is basically the same concept. You can have one Advantage Shopping Plus for each product, right, that you want to push. And yeah, so this is basically how we're doing. And just to be honest, in this campaign here, sorry, in this screenshot here, we're only using statics, so there are no videos, only statics. Okay, and as you can see, the results are very good. So yeah, like you can literally just make these results with static ads. Now the only problem that I see brands are facing when it comes to ads is the output in terms of creatives, right? That means that they don't have the resources, or it's basically like, this is very common, right? So what is going to happen is that you need to scale. Okay, you need to scale. If you want to scale, you need more creatives. Okay, but when you need more creatives, you need to pay more fees. I mean, in general, they will cost you more. Either you're gonna hire an internal team or an agency, they're gonna cost you more. That's why we're not charging more. Like what we do with our agency, with our partners, since we do like partnerships, we don't charge more fees, and this is how brands can scale, keeping a high level of margins. Okay, and this is what ideally you want. You want to minimize the additional fees that you're paying while scaling, because when you scale, so your profit margin percentage will decrease, right? So you need to make sure that you keep healthy margins while scaling. And the only way to do that is by not raising too much the fee, but also like you cannot not testing enough content. Otherwise, you're gonna have drops in performance, and you will not be able to keep up with the results, because you will see drops in return on ad spend. And you will see you will face the usual problem, like the usual ROAS inconsistency problem. And yeah, this is basically it, guys, for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and see you in the next one.